All right, Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com, and it's August 5th. One of the more interesting days in the market with a pretty, here, we'll look at the actual S&P, pretty nasty move down, especially after Friday's nasty move. I mean, this was basically like trading pornography. The Dow down as well. Sorry about the delay. I'm having a, here, let me break my keyboard. Lord. The NASDAQ down a lot. This down a lot as well. But what's the one thing that you see in common with all these? I'll tell you because you can't really answer me back. All of these are much higher than they opened. Like here, about 3% higher. NASDAQ composite, about almost 4%. The Dow, probably the one that interests me the least because it's 30 damn stocks that are in the S&P 500. Down, okay, big deal. S&P up nicely. So what's my takeaway from this? I'll tell you what my takeaway from this is. It's time to sell puts because we don't know how much whether it's a chart. I'm just looking at the S&P now because it's what I'm looking at. We don't know how far up the price is going to go before it runs in to all of this. Here, we'll do it better here. Before it runs into all this supply. Like this is all the, the buying from last week and the week before. There's a lot of folks who are not real happy with the way this goes, and they'll do what I call I want my money back trade. And so you've just got a lot of overhead pressure there. And you see the same thing with the NASDAQ composite up in this area. And you can see it with the individual stocks. There's a lot of overhead supply here. But what I'm looking at on these, and this is really important and it's going to make you money. What I'm looking at here is on Microsoft, for instance, the selling volume is declining like a lot. This here is almost 43 million shares. On Friday, this is down to below 30 million shares. Now, today, I don't know what it's going to be because I'm doing this and we still got over 2 hours to go in the trading day. Frankly, I could actually see this be higher, and I'll tell you, maybe not, maybe, I don't know. You'll know when you look at the video. Because I think we're getting some buying here. I think we're getting a pretty decent amount of buying. And so I'll look at all these real quick. Nvidia, this was a screaming buy here, and it's exactly what I did. META, great buy here. And that's kind of exactly what I did too. But the bottom line is this, the good trade here, the option trade is truly the low risk trade because you can look at this here and the low of the day is 450.80. What do you think the chances are that META is going to come down and test this level? I kind of don't think so. And so what you do is you wind up selling puts. You sell if you wanted to be kind of quasi-aggressive, you could sell the 450 puts and they would expire. Let's see, when do mine expire? You sell them and they expire on the 16th of this month. So there's really not that many days left, 11 days left. And the idea is it's going to stay up here. If you really wanted to be kind of a little bit of a wussy boy, and that's fine, you can do that too. I don't think there's any problem with trading that way. You can set it at 445 instead. The idea is you're not going to have this stock put to you. And if it is, you're happy to do it. You're happy to buy the stock. That's the only thing. And then here on Microsoft, you sell the 390s. Wouldn't it be nice if you got to buy this stock at 390 bucks, particularly when you're getting paid to do it? So you get paid several dollars to buy this stock here at 390. And so you can be doing this with all of these things. You can be doing it with Nvidia. So they had, and I think this is part of the reason I knew this when I looked at the news on Saturday, I think it was, maybe it was yesterday. They announced that they've got a delay in their Blackwell chips because of a design flaw, which, by the way, they'll fix. And so the point is, this stock gapped down a lot. At one point, it was almost at $90, which was a very, very deep retracement, over $34 from this high. So how low do you think this can go? You think it can go lower than here? I doubt it. And they report earnings on the 28th. And by the way, I don't think that delay in the Blackwell chip is going to affect their earnings report, because that's history as opposed to now. So I look at Nvidia as another stock that you can sell puts on. You can sell the 90 puts, or you could sell the 95s, which is what I did. And I didn't sell them right at the exact bottom here. And the reason was because I was selling other puts at the bottom, and I was buying stocks and I was buying calls, but I'm out of most of those now because that was my trade. You can say, well, why don't you hold on to them? Reason is because that wasn't my trade. If my trade was, I want to hold on to them, then I would be holding on to them. So these are all trades that I think you can take and make good money. Also, one thing to mention, because I know a lot of you guys aren't members of Stock Market Mentor, and that's great, but I'm going to be teaching a day trading class. It's called the 59-Minute Trader, which is the most popular class that I've ever taught by far. And it's new, new and improved, as they say. So if you are interested in that, because of the nature of what it is, there's going to be some live trading involved. And that means that somehow the attendance has to be limited. And so my suggestion is, if you are interested in that, I think you need to email Karen. Don't email me. Email Karen at Stock Market Mentor and let her know that you want to be put on the enrollment list on that. In other words, she will send out, I will actually, a notice that allows you to register earlier than other people. And of course, you'll get a discount on that as well. So if you want a discount on 59-Minute Trader, if this is something you're interested in, then definitely let Karen know at Karen@stockmarketmentor.com. I'll be focusing on selling puts. I'll be focusing on buying calls, all short duration stuff that can make you 35, 40, 50%, sometimes even more. But let's not get our hopes up, in about 8 minutes, which I like. Typically about 7 for me. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Hope you all had a great Monday, and that you didn't do anything freaky and, ditch all your stuff right at the bottom. All right, I'll see you next time.